Google's latest AI, which now has the capability to correct its own mistakes. Yes, you heard that right. We're witnessing the dawn of self-improving AI, a huge leap forward in how machines learn, think, and interact with us. To understand why this is so revolutionary, let's take a quick look at the evolution of AI. Early AI systems were purely reactive. Following pre-programmed instructions, they couldn't learn, adapt, or correct themselves. The development of machine learning changed that. Suddenly, AIs could learn from data. They got better at identifying patterns, understanding language, and making predictions. But there was still a catch. When they made mistakes, they couldn't independently recognize those mistakes or correct them. So, why is that? Well, traditional AI systems need human oversight. When AI models like chatbots or image recognition tools make errors, we humans step in. We provide feedback, adjust algorithms, or tweak the dataset. This process, while effective, is slow and requires constant supervision. But imagine a world where AI can assess its own actions and say, "I got that wrong. Let me fix it." That's the next frontier. This system is powered by what Google calls a self-refinement mechanism. It doesn't just rely on external corrections or user feedback. Instead, it can evaluate the accuracy of its own outputs in real time, and then adjust its responses based on this evaluation. But how does it work? In simple terms, this new AI uses a two-step process. 1. Initial response. It generates a response to a task or question, just like traditional AI. 2. Self-assessment and correction. It then re-evaluates its response, identifying if it's incomplete, inaccurate, or misleading. If it finds errors, it attempts to improve the response on its own. This process is like having a built-in editor that never tires or gets distracted. Imagine you ask the AI a question like, "What's the capital of Australia?" It answers Sydney, an incorrect response. But then, without any human intervention, it pauses and runs a self-check. It detects the error and says, "Correction. The capital of Australia is actually Canberra." This kind of self-correction isn't just limited to factual data. It extends to complex decision-making processes as well. So, what's under the hood? There are three main technologies making this possible. Reinforcement learning with feedback. At the core of this AI is reinforcement learning. This system continuously learns from its mistakes, much like a child learning how to ride a bike. The more feedback it gets, the more refined it becomes. Instead of waiting for external validation, it can assess its own actions. Self-supervised learning. Unlike traditional supervised learning, where humans label data, self-supervised learning allows the AI to generate its own labels and verify its work against the predicted outcomes. This enables it to question its own assumptions and learn through trial and error. Model distillation. Google's AI also uses a technique called model distillation, which simplifies the learning process by allowing complex models to teach simpler models. The key here is that the AI itself provides the feedback loop. This allows it to fine-tune responses and enhance decision-making, all while being efficient with computational resources. Now, let's explore what this means for you and me. Where are we going to see this technology in action? First, in personal assistants like Google Assistant. This self-correcting feature will lead to smarter interactions. If your assistant misinterprets your command or provides a wrong answer, it'll quickly correct itself without you having to repeat the question or rephrase it. In healthcare, self-correcting AI could be a game changer. Imagine an AI analyzing medical images. If it initially misses a sign of a disease, the self-refinement mechanism allows it to go back, reassess the image, and correct its diagnosis, potentially saving lives. For self-driving cars, this could drastically reduce errors. If the AI detects a miscalculation in navigating traffic or road conditions, it will correct the mistake on the spot, improving safety. Finally, content creation. AI tools for writers, designers, and coders will be more accurate and reliable. No more frustrating errors in grammar tools or coding assistants, they'll get better as they go. But, of course, no technology is without its challenges. One concern with self-correcting AI is its overconfidence. Just because an AI is self-correcting doesn't mean it will always be right. There could be situations where the AI changes a correct answer to a wrong one based on flawed internal logic. That's why human oversight will still be critical as AI becomes more autonomous. How do we ensure that these systems remain transparent and explainable? Google is working on making sure that self-correcting models can provide clear explanations for why they made a change or decision. And finally, there's the issue of bias. If the AI's initial training data contains biases, even self-correction could perpetuate those issues. Google is aware of this and has emphasized the importance of fair and unbiased training data in these systems. So, in conclusion, Google's self-correcting AI is more than just a technical innovation, it's a step toward AI that can think critically about its own decisions. The implications for industries like healthcare, transportation, and personal technology are massive, and we're only scratching the surface. Thank you all for your attention today. I'm excited to see how this technology evolves and what the future holds for AI that can learn from its mistakes and maybe even ours. Imagine a world where AI doesn't just answer your questions or assist with tasks, but also learns from its own mistakes. This is Google's latest breakthrough in artificial intelligence self-correcting AI. Traditional AI systems require human intervention to correct their errors, but now Google's AI can analyze its own responses, identify inaccuracies, and improve its performance all by itself. We have come to the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment below.